Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Treya Tarot. This is the collective reading for Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. It is 70 degrees outside where I am. It's absolutely beautiful. And I am here basically to just, let's see if I can move this away, to just, do a general reading to get a sense of what's going on. It is election day in the US, so quite a few people are a bit tense, to say the least. Again, you can see I've forgotten my larger rig as I'm away again, and hopefully I'm able to do this reading easily, and you'll still be able to see all the cards. I'm going to keep an eye on it just in case it, cuts anything off, hopefully. So I'll be using the Ethereal Visions deck today, and I'm just going to do 369 like I have been the past few days. I tried to get a video up for you guys yesterday. It just didn't work out. So I'd like to take a consensus. If you would prefer longer reads, but 3 days a week, or if you'd prefer 2 days a week and a weekend reading, please let me know. And I will try and accommodate a new schedule. I'm trying to find a way to get these readings to be a little bit more in depth for you guys. So please like, comment, and subscribe if you are into these readings and you like my style. It helps me, it helps the channel grow, and it allows me to make more videos. All right. I'm going to cut the deck and get started. Okay, first we have the Page of Swords. Let's see if I can expand this up just a little bit. Maybe you can see the card. It might have to refocus. All right. I don't want you guys to have to miss out on any of the images because those tend to be some of my favorite things. Okay, so there we go. We'll do that. All right, the Page of Swords. Pages are often the beginning of a process, so they can be the beginning of a new idea, specifically with the swords. It can also be messages or communications that have to do with mental aspects of life, right? Two of Wands, courage, and a choice. And then here I have the Strength card. Okay, so there's definitely something here about having the courage to make a choice based on the truth of how you think as opposed to what's expected of you. Strength is about understanding your more wilder aspects. And on the bottom of the deck here, if you can see, we have Six of Pentacles. I know that's a little difficult to get a look at. Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles shows me that there's some aspect of mutual aid or unexpected help that's involved as well in this scenario. So right off the bat, we can see kind of a progression from having the new idea, having the courage to make a decision, and then using sort of your base fundamental strength and resilience to get through that decision. And then we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is essentially about working. It's about work. It's about dedication to a goal, okay? The Knight of Cups, which is about taking movement towards the fulfilling thing. So making a move, taking an action step towards something that's really important. And then here's the Four of Pentacles, which is about withholding. So it would not surprise me if someone was working their way up to expressing feelings that they have been keeping under wraps for a while. Okay, that Four of Pentacles can be just about holding everything very close to the vest. This can also come across collectively, especially in the US for me, as people maybe finally expressing how they feel about our political situation. Maybe they've been keeping it under wraps in an effort to keep certain people in their lives from feeling judged or unhappy with them. There's definitely an expression here of a truth, or the potential expression of truth here, that comes from a deep place. That Strength card, that's the more fiercely passionate side of our personality being not reined in, but directed by clear thought and action. New physical reality, Ace of Pentacles, money coming in for some, I'm sure. The Two of Pentacles, which is success, but it's also a choice. All the twos kind of represent that decision-making reality. And then the Sun. The beautiful thing about the Sun, I'm going to cover up that card just a little bit with something from, I should probably use the bottom of the deck card. The beautiful thing about the Sun for me is that it is the divine masculine influence. So it does have this quality of protectiveness and demonstrativeness and action, but it is also illuminating. It's about truth and acceptance. And it is an incredibly positive influence to have with any influx of new physical reality, okay? Or any choice where you have to make a change in the world. To have the Sun there tells me that especially with the first three cards, and this idea of having the new idea and then seeing it through, to have the Sun at the end of that transition is kind of telling me that this week, today, the past few days may be a culmination point of something we've been trying to process through for a while. And that this decision, whatever decision we're each individually making or making, as a collective, has a big impact on our physical world, on how we actually experience our reality, potentially even our economy if we think collectively, okay? The Fool, the Lovers, and then the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so there's two ways I can read this thread, but I love these cards. The Fool is that leap, okay? The leap of trust, leap of faith, whatever you want to call that. What I love about this Fool card specifically is that the umbrella that he's holding has the stars underneath it. He's sheltered in his leap by the universe. He's literally held up by the cosmos. So there's this sort of divine intervention quality here as well. And of course, you can see the Sun on this card too. So there's that truth and illumination and joyousness that's there. And then the loyalty factor represented by the dog. So again, you can see that imagery in the Ten of Pentacles as well, because there's also a loyalty factor here. What's beautiful about this is if we stay true, if we stay loyal to what we've been building or the truth within us that we've been working on, this choice point, because again, the lovers is about partnership in the current iterations of the tarot, but in its original iteration, it was the choice. Just like the other twos that are both in the same position underneath it. There is a very big decision coming for us as a collective group, in individual collectives, meaning throughout the world, as well as us as individuals with our people in our personal lives. This is about stability, but stability because of our ability to let go and trust. The leap of faith is what brings the stability, which is funny because we usually tend to think that we need the stability to take the leap of faith, but that's not at all how this is playing out. The Lover's choice point that this represents is, are we going to show up for the reality of what we want or the reality of what we're experiencing, or are we going to just shut that down? Judgment, release, okay? Gonna cover this up too. The Judgment card is about release, but it's release from death. Traditionally speaking, the Judgment card is a family that comes up from their grave and gets released to the divine. So it's the relief and the release from a old scenario, circumstance, issue. The Magician, I love this Magician card so incredibly much. I can't even express it to you. The Magician and the connection that the Magician has to their place as a creative being is something that I think most of us really, really want. But with Judgment and the Magician, we're almost being released from a process of manifestation that may have been unconscious, okay? Right, the Four of Cups. There is a difference between the reality of what we're looking for and the dream we've created of it. Now would be the time to live in the reality, to create the bond, the business, the lifestyle, the connections that actually reflect the truth of what you're looking for, which means it will be complex, potentially complicated, potentially messy, but real. Instead of trying to create a perfect image. If you are focused on the way something seems instead of the way something is, try and reorient. Try to fall in love with the life you're actually living and the people who are actually there with you for what they are, instead of what you wish life could be. All right. I just felt like turning this over, so I'm going to read this as your last card, the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is that new beginning. It's also a really good, what's the word I'm looking for? Compatriot to the Ace of Pentacles, in that the resources needed to create this move, this impassioned step forward into a new way of being in the world, potentially a new location. They're supportive of one another. You know, that Ace of Pentacles will support the Ace of Wands in moving forward. So the new reality is here. The new situation is here. And what we are here to do next is release ourselves into the lives we've actually asked for, but the reality of it, and be impassioned by the reality of the lives we've actually asked for, as opposed to continually trying to reach a dream that we've created solely in our imagination or solely in our belief system, instead of in collaboration with everything and everyone around us. All right, I'm going to leave it there for today. I hope everyone has a really good night. For everyone in the US, I hope that we have an unexpectedly delightful next few days. Okay? Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.